too. There's 3 floors to this. There is a library on the 3rd floor. We'll be able to see that in just a little bit. So this is just an exit only. You can't really come through this door. So as we come through this though, you can see a lot of different churches on here. You see a Catholic church. This is more of a Catholic church. This is I think that's a Jewish church. This is another kind of church. And there's just different kind of churches though, how they look. And just different places to pray. So it's pretty cool. And then we have the people that honor the mill, the American Thread Company in Willimantic Mills. There's a lot of names on there. Holy moly, there's so many names on there. Oh my goodness. This goes upstairs. We're gonna go into the 2nd floor first. So not gonna do over here just yet. That's gonna be part 3. There's some more churches over here. That's a cool church. It's like a stone church. Different parts of Connecticut though too. I have some more information for you. This is one of the mills. You can tell. Probably used to stack like put coal in there. Probably used to come up through the stack up there. Pretty cool though. There's a lot of mills though throughout New England that they used to have textile mills. Used to have different kind of stuff. There's so many things to do. So many things to see in Connecticut, throughout Rhode Island, throughout Massachusetts. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, New England's old. New England's really, really old for it though. I guess this is a box. This is called a game box. Oh, this is an alarm system box. So who lets down if there's ever a fire or something? This is probably back in the 19th century. This is what they first came out. Yep, there's a firebox. And if there's an emergency, you pull it down and it would ring. And know that there was a fire. Pretty cool. So now we step into an old house that was probably from like 1890s, maybe from the 1880s. This is how they used to live back then. Very simple tables, very simple sewing machines. Just a lot of simple things though. They didn't have running water back then either, so they didn't have your classic running water. They didn't have plumbing. So if you looked underneath here, they didn't have any of the plumbing. I mean, they had nothing. If you guys noticed though, they had no faucets back then. And this is how they used to turn butter. They used to take this stick and go and turn the butter with it. That's how they would get their butter. And this is the stove back from the 19th century. So this is all made out of cast iron right here. They would open up this. They'd put over here on this side, I believe on one of these sides over here, they'd put the coal. There's the coal, and they'd put the coal inside here. They'd heat up the oven. And then it would vent out. It's pretty cool. It's all back to the 19th century. Now, there's a QR code over here. If you guys ever want to come up, you guys can scan that, draw your tour, and it'll tell you more than I can. Guys, I'm just a person that does independent journalists. I'm just a person that does history and all that stuff, but I don't know everything about this museum. So I'm trying my best. So here we come into the bedroom over here. A little tiny bedroom. So they would have the crib over here. They'd have their bed. Now, with the crib now, yes, I know. This looks like it's from the 19th century. I'm not sure what year this crib is from. But if anybody wants to take a guess or a gander, what year is it from? And then they had a little tiny crib. Kind of cool. Now, as we turn over to the bed, I know you guys are all going to ask me, though, what's this thing on the bed? Now, this is kind of cool. What they took with that, right, they'd put coal inside here. They'd put coal, hot coal from the burner that they was burning all day, and they put inside here, and they put it slide on the bed so they stay nice and warm all winter long. Isn't that cool? And they had this kind of cool handle on it. They took it and they slide underneath. That's how they heat up their bed. And this is what their bed, well, it wouldn't look like something like this, but this is like more of like, I want to say 18 or maybe 19th century more, maybe 1930s. But when it was back then, it was winter. They didn't have heating like us. They didn't have that central heating. They didn't have central cooling. They had nothing back in the day. No, that lamp wouldn't have had a plug like that either. They used to use, see in the corner over there? They used to have hurricane lamps. Now they would fill that up with usually whale oil, or another kind of liquid though, and they would burn all day. And they'd put it in the window. So they know if settlers came along, then they would have something like that so the settlers can see who's occupying that house. The bags are all different though too, and they have another crib here. I'm not sure when this crib was from. This is this was their bathing bowl. They put water in here. Now they would have this too. They would have this little thing to the side over here, and they would have like this filled up with water, and they would splash their face. They needed more water. They would pour more water in here. This is to wash their face, wash underneath their arms. This is like a little bath for them, okay? They didn't have modern tradition tubs or bathrooms. The bathrooms was not really a relic back then. It was really more of roughing it. If you wanted to bathe or something, you would go outside and actually bathe inside a big tin can. And that's where you bathe at, though. But this is all the stuff they had. This is a barrel at the Elmwood boarding house. That's where it came from. This was from 1865. The residents of Willimantic. Pretty cool, huh? And they had little keyholes in it. You don't see this too much, though, either. And this is how they stayed warm, though, too. I don't know if you can see it on here, but there's like a little stove, like a little heater. And they put coal in there, though, too. The bags back then. Alright. I said we're all done in here. We're going to move to the next room. Now, these are like the little dolls. They look like, I think these are more for the kids and children back in that era. And they would have Victorian dolls. They're kind of creepy looking. I just feel that they're kind of creepy. They would have, so everything would have a number to it. I guess it says 6 cotton cords and spools. So if they open up the drawers, they would see the spools here. They open up this one, they would see the cords. And then if they open up this, they would see something that says 6 on it. I'm not positive. And if they open something like this, it would be cotton. And then there's more spools down here. I guess they'd play some checkers. Nice game for checkers. And now let's see outside of the house where this came from. The outside of the bedroom. Now this place, however, this is with all the sewing machines. Very old sewing machines. This is the ones from 1923. This one was a nice one. This one from 1886, as you guys can see. 1885, no later than 1886. Okay. And then let's see, what's the oldest one here? The oldest one's here. This one's from 1970. This is American buttonhole lock and stitch. Pretty cool. Let's see, 1873. We're just going by them. We're just seeing which one's the oldest one that they have in their collection. This one is actually from Providence, Rhode Island, office of New York. So that's my state right there, Providence. This one's from 1875. That's how small it was. Very, very small. 1876 to 1887, 1873. Let's see, there's some more on the side over here. Yeah, there's a lot of sewing machines, guys. So, let's see. This looks like it's the oldest one here. In 1867. This one's the oldest one here. So that's what they had, the foot pedal down there. And basically, if you look at the bottom, though, of all these, a lot of them had, like, the iron, cast iron. A lot of them, what you do with the foot pads, you put your feet there, and you would make this machine go. This would start running as you're doing with the foot power. I got some more up to the top. And this is what they used to use. So someone put this on their finger. These would be on people's fingers, so they don't get pricked by the needle. These are called thimbles. The thimbles would protect you from getting poked. That all sorts of thimbles, though. All sorts of thimbles. I think I'm saying it right. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but if you want to correct me, it's fine. Yes, it was called thimbles. See? Thimbles. As more than just a spool, a tool for sewing. See? It was to make sure that you didn't get poked by the needles with your fingers, though, all the time, though. It was just to protect your fingers. They had so many different ones, though. It was pretty cool. But you see a lot of them from, like, Kit Kat, a lot of them from Maxwell, Visa. Look at that, Visa. Isn't that cool? Cornflakes, Burger King. I love New York. How nice they are. The ones from Puerto Rico. They just have all sorts of thimbles. Let's see if we can see any states. USA. But this is what they used to use on their hands. They used to use them on 1, 2, 3, 4. They used to have the thumb window too. And they also have a Disney one. Look at that. That's pretty cool. We're almost done with the upstairs now, so we'll head to the third floor in a minute. This is another museum. This is another part of the room. So now we're upstairs. You can also do these though too. And also use these machines. It's pretty cool though. They have a class in them. Want to come up? Check them out. They got more for sale up here. You can buy these. It's pretty cool. So as we walk down the museum, it's nice. It's a nice calm day today, so I don't have a lot of people walking around the museum today. So as we enter this one now, this is his boss's home at 100 Windham Road, Wilmington. It says, please do not touch the exhibits, no food or drinks or rooms. Let's preserve our heritage for the future generations to enjoy. You can tell, it's an old. Look at that. So this would be the boss's house. Now the boss's house would be more of a luxury. Now the boss was either the owner of the what's it called, the mills, and he would run all the mills. Now he would be the guy that came in, and he would be the rich fellow. So just like the rich nowadays. So he would be the top guy that was actually making a lot of money off the wool and all the stuff and all the, sewing. And he would have workers, and he would only pay them so much. I don't know how much he was getting paid back then, but the pay wasn't that great. See the top hats? Pretty cool with the top hats though. They'd wear these top hats back in the days because, I don't know, it was a style back then. But a lot of this stemmed up to like the 1800s to the 19th century. This is what a lot of their house would look like in here. You can see the chairs. Very nice, very fancy, high class. A lot of it though, they sat on these couches and they would talk in the living room. They'd have tea. They'd usually have a servant. The servant would bring them tea. What can I serve you, sir? This was John LaParo. I'm not even sure how to say his last name right, but I think it's called Lavro. I think I'm saying it. Hunter. This was born in Maine on March 13th of 1834. Pretty cool. If you guys want to pause the video for a minute and read that, you guys can. This is the clock that they used to have. And also too, a little gem that I found, a frog. So this is really, really cool. And also too, guys, you are on camera. So don't go touching anything that you're not supposed to touch. They also ask you not to sit on the furniture. So if you come in this room, don't sit on the furniture and just don't touch things. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay? Now this is the old books that they used to read. Some of the old books. A Tiffany style lamp. Very nice. Very nice. So this is what the houses used to look like though before, back in the day. Pretty cool, I gotta say. So a lot of it was decorated though. Some of the stuff that you actually see mixed in from a lot of different eras, like the organ. I don't know when the organ is from. I think this was a late 18. This is a pump organ. This is from the 1800s. I might have to pause my video for a minute because I have to change my batteries. So if I die out on you guys, I might have to just change over. So give me like 2 minutes and I'll change over my battery. Been doing a lot of filming from yesterday to today. So camera had a lot of use with it. Thought I seen something. So as we entered in the master's bedroom, we entered in the manager of the owner of the mill. He actually lived a vast lifestyle. He actually lived a really nice lifestyle. He would have vast wealth. He would have toys for his children. They'd be dressed up more nicer. They would have more luxury furniture. They would have more of a luxury style bed that they slept in. See, the bed would be bigger. This bed, I believe this is the manager's bed. I'm not sure what year this is from. I'm not positive what year this is from. But this is one of the photos that you can see, the wallpaper. It's pretty cool. And it'd have a lot of luxury stuff for their children though. So if you go over here, they'd actually have a dollhouse for their children. The kids would actually play with these dollhouses. They'd be able to open them up. And this would open up and they'd have luxury things with their dollhouses, which was insane. This dollhouse is from 1890, guys. This is a representative of the upper class of the 1890 home. It's in 20 room, including a study, an parlor and a dining room, kitchen and master and children's bedroom, and bathrooms. So they had bathrooms in there. If you was rich back then, you can get whatever you want. Let's see. So the bathroom's up here. You can see the bathroom, the toilet. Toilet is over there, the tub, the sink. Then if you come out here, little living room. And if you come over here, another bedroom. And then if you go downstairs, another bedroom with the cat. Look at the cat on the thing right there. And if you come out here, you come out this door, You see there was a staircase in there. Little staircase. And then as you come over to this door, see there's another bedroom. And then if you come down here, come down the staircase, you walk down, see the little light? Then if you come through this door where the grandfather clock was, you would see that there is a whole dining room in there. And then if you come down more, let's see. You'd also see there's another, let's see. You come down the staircase over here, you see the grandfather clock. Come through this door. I know, this is kind of cool. You see some pictures, you see some pictures on the walls. You see a picture all the way in the back, which was really cool. And then if you come down the staircase again, see the staircase, and then come over, there's a couple things. There's a door right there. Come over, now this is the kitchen. And then we go outside the door, come over, and the last room was a living room. Okay, it's all a piece. All right, so that was the dollhouse. Pretty cool. If they had the money, that's what they would have for their children. Now you can see another hurricane lamp right here. See the stuff used to be in here. I used to turn this and just light it with the little torch that they have. They light it from here, and then they press this up a little bit, and the flame would come up. They had another hurricane lamp. These are from the late 1800s. Hurricane lamps. It was called hurricane lamps because if you lost power, or power started coming up, the electric started coming, I think in the early 1895s, I believe so, something like that. But that was that. Oh, look at what else they have. Anybody knows what that was? Leave a comment. I'm not going to tell you this time. You guys are going to have to guess that. Anybody for fine dining? So this is the stuff that they had. This is all sterling. If you look underneath some of these stuff, most of the stuff that they had was sterling. They had a teapot for sterling. That's a lot of the teapots now that they have. And then this is the last room that they have. They had a sink. So some of them, right? Some of these houses had running water to them because it was rich and they can afford it. Had a washing board. They had a sink here. And it says, please do not use the sink. So do not turn it on for any reason. And this is their washer machine. So they open up this and do all their laundry. And then they would hang it out. So the maids would pretty much be in this room where I'm at. This is like a one of those other things that they have. And then they press dry it. So we'll be right back with this though. Don't go nowhere. I gotta change my battery over. Thank you for watching. Alright, so 3, 2, 1. We're back. This is part 3. Yeah, I know that was a long segment, guys, but I wanted to get all that in though too for you guys. So now we're outside of the boss's house, and we're outside of there now, and you can actually see what's in front of me, a safe in here, and basically it's from 1989 that the safe was, and you can see all this. So it's pretty cool. And then if you guys look onto the side of me, there's like more like all sorts of like calculators and stuff. What they used to use in typewriters. Pretty cool with all the typewriters, huh? Yeah, that phone back there, that's not part of it. If anybody's gonna leave a comment, that's not part of it though. That little phone's not part of anything. That phone is basically a part of modern tradition history. So you don't see these phones anymore either. So a lot of people don't have landlines. But this is what they used to have before. Those rotary phones back in the day. They took 4 prongs though to them. I don't know if they have the prongs though up here, but no, they don't show the prongs of the phone. Unfortunately, they don't. Nope, no prongs. So I can't really show you that. This is a little bell that they had over here. These are all the typewriters up above me. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me put on my flashlight so you guys can see. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I can't see that. Oh, I don't want to have full load. Alright, so now looking up with all this though. See up there? Those are all the threads. Those are all the spools, what they look like. These are all the calculators and machines. No, not enough lighting, so that's why I'm putting on my flashlight. I know I'm not in an abandoned place. This is the museum, guys. This is actually the Model G1. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is a production of 1927, used to make out address plates. Pretty cool, huh? And then this is what it used to look like. Some of them from 1865 to 1866. This is the 19th century. 1902 and 1900s, the men and women. The women are not type and the men are not. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if you guys could see that, but okay. So that was all it. Now, as we're going to take a walk to the 3rd floor. I know there's a lot of history in here, guys. We also have another museum to go to today, though, too, as well. So, back in the back, over here, there's another little dollhouse. You guys see it? Yeah, it's pretty dark. The light is not that good in here. So as we leave the boss's home, that's what the boss's home used to look like. All right, we're all done. See you later. It was on Union Street and Broad Street in Connecticut. I don't know if you guys can see that. Union and Broad Street. There are little sheds over here, but this is part of the house. Yeah. Nothing in there, but nothing on there about electricity panels, so. Here's the documentation for the museum. Now we get to the good part now. Now we're going up to the library, so don't go nowhere. We're gonna head up to the library now. Alright, so I see a big giant frog over here. You see a door that's locked over here. Must go to the roof. Some old antique radios. Now, welcome to the library. This is the library up here. This is where most of you guys come up here to the library. This is the attic. I know. So this is where you guys can come up here to do any research up here if you want to. I got a lot of old vintage things. This is a beautiful library. This library is original to this museum. You see a lot of cool stuff. Look at this old wheelchair, guys. Check out that. You don't ever see a wheelchair like this anymore. This must have been uncomfortable. Tell me, leave a comment though for me. Tell me if you ever want to sit in a wheelchair like this. This would be uncomfortable all day long. Imagine sitting in this wheelchair all day long without no cushion and no pad. I think you'd be stiff as a board. Okay. So they got computers up here where you can go on. I'm not sure if you can go on these computers or if they're just part of the museum's property. Not a lot of people here today, so it's really great. We got another spinning with Jenny up here. And then we have an overlook There's a mill right across the street. It's empty right now. I've been over there before. I'm not sure if that mill is across the street from me is, but I'll find out. We'll do a little research on that though. You can't go inside the mill because obviously the mill is all closed up right now and clammed up. So the mill is not, actually there's nobody in there. It's all boarded up. You can't go in. It's probably unsafe for them to go in. They've got another couch here. This looks like it's from the Victorian era. We're gonna go around and see it. Give me a minute. Got a nice little horn over here. Hey, look at this, Secondilio. See the couch? Now they had a Victorian couch in front of the fireplace. Why? They stay warm. That was for the most of winters, harsh winters in New England. There was much harsher winters in New England than you'd think there was. And these are some of the old maps right here. This is the town of Willimantic. Wilmington. I think it's called Willimantic or Connecticut. But we're gonna go see the town of this town. There's another part of the town we're gonna go see today. Old television. Look at this one, huh? Anybody ever seen one of these? Anybody knows what this is that I'm pointing at? Come on, guys. Remember. It's right there. It's right there in front of your faces, so. It's an old TV with an old VH box. You used to put tapes in it and you used to watch those. This is going to be a short segment. So they have something up here though that says the same thing. These are some old school desks though. Pretty cool. I don't know if you guys can see them. Put a light on it real quick on them. See the old school desks? That's how they used to have them. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little dark in this place. And then these are all the little documentations they have. But that's it for today. This is the archives rooms over here. This is for staff only. I can't really enter in there. That's for staff. So, and this is another part of the staffing area over here. Okay. So, that's that for up here. Now, as we head back down, I want to thank you for watching today. And these are the rules for the library. I forgot to go over these with you guys. So if you want to take a minute to pause that. The Mills Museum has a few requests for the library visitors. Absolutely no food or drinks. Pencils only. Research. Please sign in with the best guest book. Please treat all materials. Kindly do not write on folders. Damage any material. Computers are researchers' purposes only. Please leave all materials out when you're through with them. Please leave all materials in the library. They do not like to leave their home. If you would like to access the archives materials, please ask an employee. So that's it for today. And this is the staircase down. Just be careful going down the stairs. They are very steep. We will see you soon on the next one. We are heading over to the next one. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we're going to head over to the next one. There's another museum over there we're going to head to. But thank you for watching and have a nice day. We'll see you on the next segment. Thank you. Bye.